here, Caitlin, but the fireworks, oh man, they were absolutely phenomenal. I feel like it went on for like 10 minutes.
I really was so long, but it was such a good show, and everyone was out there, and it was cool last year.
Yes, it was.
That was the big
because
thing.
every year, at least since I've been here in Central Georgia, 4 years now, it's always raining or, you know,
really
the weather is always playing a big role.
Last year it felt great.
Yes, we had that rain though for the morning. I remember being like, oh, is it going to get out of the way in time? It was thanks to a cold front, I believe. And then, yeah, it actually left the evening really, really nice and comfortable. So speaking of cold front, we do have one on the way, and that along with essentially a wave of energy out ahead of it will allow for the potential for severe storms today. This is the outlook for the afternoon. Most of the area under a level 1 of 5 threat, but you can see that they did nudge that level 2 out of 5 threat into some of our northern counties. So what we're primarily going to be looking for today, damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour in any severe storms, 40 to 50, and strong storms, which is still quite dangerous, especially with all the rain we've received in the past couple of days. So with that said, to have any kind of down trees, that will be possible. While we really did need the rain, when you get so much rain in a short period of time, I'm going to show you some of those totals in just a second, that leads to a very saturated ground and can lead to things like flash flooding. So we will be watching that today. Maybe a brief tornado and then 1-inch diameter hail as well. That's all the threats that we're going to be looking for. So we kind of go through the entire wheel of threats for today. Now tomorrow, our southeastern counties under a level 1 of 5, and this is as our cold front continues to sink closer to the coast. Now, not completely buying this threat if the front manages to fire up showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon. We could maybe have an isolated storm, but models this morning at least, of course that is going to change as we go through the day, so we'll keep an eye on it, are hinting that most of the storms should be closer to the coast for tomorrow afternoon when we would ultimately be watching for severe storms. Here's a look at the estimated 5-day rainfall, but of course you know that it's really only been rainy for about 3 days now, so that's when we've picked all of this up. Take a look at this. You see these little pink dots here in places like Peach County and Crawford County? The radar is estimating that they've picked up over 8 inches of rain. Is that not insane? A lot of us anywhere between 1 to 4 inches, but those locally heavy amounts, of course, over 5 and 8. Some of us have picked up less than 1 inch of rain, but nonetheless, a lot. And there's more on the way today. And with those heavier downpours continuing today, at least the potential for them, that is going to lead to some very soggy ground as we go through the afternoon. But hey, we asked for the rain and we definitely have gotten it. So some light rain starting to roll in from the south in places like Houston County, so along 75. If you're about to head out the door there, just be mindful. You might need to turn your windshield wipers on. Just drive carefully. Nothing heavy this morning, but the roads might be a little bit on the slick side. So as we go through the morning, a few showers will be possible. The graph not really picking up on this. The models don't seem to be picking up on a lot of our morning rain activity, but that's okay because really where we're focusing is the afternoon. So here's 2 o'clock. You can see those isolated storms within this banded feature here. So we'll be watching for, again, gusty wind, maybe a brief isolated tornado, very heavy rain around the 4 o'clock hour, which is the time a lot of people will be headed home from work. Some students still making their way home from school. So it could be a messy ride home today. Now, as we head towards 8 o'clock, we'll keep the chance for showers. Now, I am keeping the threat between 2 and 9 p.m. because the high resolution model does hint that we could keep storms even into the 9 o'clock hour. And then tomorrow morning, a few showers, but notice as we head towards 1 o'clock, that's where I think most of the severe threat's going to stay, is along the coast. For us, we could maybe have an isolated thunderstorm as we head into the evening, but for any of those Friday evening graduations, you look pretty good and actually be quite breezy. So you're going to need to hold on to those graduation caps. Those gowns are going to be flowing in the wind more than likely too. As we head through Memorial Day weekend, mainly dry. We'll be in the 80s Saturday and Sunday. Could maybe have a stray afternoon storm Monday for actual Memorial Day. And then we'll introduce small rain chances with highs in the 90s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.